Hello and welcome to NPS Now, your source for news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner. And with me today is Hannah Carroll. She is the Nutrition Education Coordinator in School Nutrition for Norfolk Public Schools. Welcome to NPS Now.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you here, and it is National School Lunch Week. What are some of the things we're going to do to celebrate it this week?
So this week is National School Lunch Week, as you'd said, and we're really excited. We have so many fun events for the kids at all age levels. So with our high schoolers, we are doing a contest for them to win a new Fitbit. And yeah, it's really exciting. And what they're going to do is fill out a questionnaire and submit it, and one winner will be selected for each high school. And their questionnaire involves questions about school nutrition, about what foods they like and what foods they want to see on their menu. So this is a great chance for us to get the kids involved and get them talking about school nutrition and get some feedback, because we want them to help create the menu that they want.
And make them healthy.
Right.
Fitbits, I know everyone's going to want to participate in that.
Right. So the theme for School Lunch Week is Win with School Nutrition. So it really perfectly incorporates healthy eating along with physical activity. So all of the giveaways that we're doing are related to physical activity. So we have our Fitbit. And then for our younger kids, we're giving out brand new soccer balls, footballs, basketballs, and most exciting of all, we are doing a contest to give the kids a chance to win our new blender bike in their classroom.
Wow.
Yes, so School Nutrition has invested in a customized blender bike. So it's a stationary bike with a blender attached to it, and we can put some healthy ingredients in there, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and allow the kids to actually blend up smoothies. So we're going to have the classrooms apply for a chance to win this bike in their classroom.
This is exciting.
Yeah,
so as part of your position, is this one of the things that you do? What are some other things that you do in your position?
So one of the things I do is to, promote school nutrition, bring some fun events into the cafeterias, and also education into the classroom. So the blender bike that I mentioned will incorporate nutrition education into it, talking about those fruits and vegetables that we would blend up in that bike. Some of the other things that I do as the Nutrition Education Coordinator is to communicate all of the menu information to the public. So I maintain our websites, I post our menus, nutrition information, allergy information, making sure that all the foods that we provide to our children are safe in case they do have a food allergy. So I get to do a lot of really fun things, a lot of things behind the scenes and a lot of things out in the schools with the kids, and just have a good time with them.
Sounds like this is going to be exciting this week. And what other activities or lessons do you teach in the classroom with the kids?
So we can really do so much with nutrition education in the classroom. We can do more hands-on active learning, so we can do food group relay races, scavenger hunts, really fun stuff to get the kids moving and learning about nutrition. But then I also can provide more structured learning. So with our younger kids, we usually start with the basics, the foundation of nutrition, the 5 food groups, teach them about that and also engage them. So do some visuals. We use food models to help the kids understand the 5 food groups. As the kids get older, they start to have that awareness of what the 5 food groups are and what foods are doing to their bodies. So that's when we start to talk about in-depth nutrition. So how the foods affect our health and diabetes, and we start to talk about heart disease, and those high schoolers recognize those words. So
because they may have family members and friends who suffer from those illnesses.
Right, exactly. So they're recognizing those words, and I try to make those lesson plans relate to their lives. So talking about fast food, that's a big one with our older kids.
I'm sure that's an interesting conversation.
It is. It's really interesting, and one of the fun things I like to do when we talk about fast food with our older kids is to do use a fat model and actually show them, this is what fat looks like, and this is how much it weighs, and then show them by measuring how much fat is in different menu items, and try to help them find out, well, which are our healthier options at the fast food restaurants compared to our not as healthy options.
Now, they love fast food, but I know you all have become very creative with some of your offerings, and you've even done taste tests with some of our students.
Right.
Explain some of that activity with us.
So we love to do taste tests. Any opportunity that I get to go into the schools and have the kids try something new is so exciting. Last week we did a taste testing over at Richard Bowling, and we did roasted butternut squash. And I did have mixed reviews. Some kids thought it was really delicious, yummy. A lot of the kids said, you know, this tastes like sweet potatoes. It looks like sweet potatoes. So they're excited to try it. Some didn't love it as much, but I still like to praise those kids for trying something new. The more foods that our kids are exposed to at a young age, the more of a chance it is that they'll accept new foods as they get older. So I try to really introduce them to these new healthy foods that they may not have seen before.
I think you guys are doing a great job with the taste test. I've seen some very interesting types of foods that you have the kids to taste, so it's exciting to see you in your role to come in and expose our students to different information. That's just awesome. So you've been here, what, maybe a year? What
Yes.
brought you here to Norfolk?
So the job really brought me here. I did some research first, and I found that Norfolk Public Schools is a leader in school nutrition. They've been at the forefront of all the positive changes that have happened in school meals and creating healthier meals in the schools. So I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be a part of a team of leaders that's trying to improve the health of future generations.
Wow, that's exciting. So a little over a year, and it seems like you've come in here just jump starting and running. So do you find on how the kids, when you do these activities, are they excited about it? Or are they asking you questions when you're in the process of doing these taste tests or even sharing the nutritional lessons?
So nutrition education is so important for our kids. It's our role in the school districts to provide our kids with what they need to succeed. And they need a healthy body to succeed. They need to be able to focus in class. They need full bellies, and they need to feel good about themselves as they're going through the day, whether they're in the classroom or on the field. So it's so important to educate them about how to eat healthy and stay active.
Right. So what's some upcoming activities or events that's going to be happening in school nutrition?
So we have a lot of exciting events coming up. Next month, we'll be doing a local sweets and beets activity. So we're bringing in local sweet potatoes and beets from farms around the area, and we'll be serving that on the menu. And we're also using that as an opportunity to teach the kids about sourcing local produce and the benefits of buying local, so supporting our farmers. Yeah, so I'm really excited, and I think that some of the food might be new to the kids, the beets might be new, but I think it'll be a great chance for them to try something out, and maybe we'll get some kids to love beets.
Well, thank you for exposing our children to all the different fruits and vegetables that are out there through school nutrition and getting them to be healthy and recognizing the importance of healthy eating and living. So thank you, Hannah, for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great. And we want you to stay tuned for more NPS Now.
Welcome back to NPS Now. I'm Steve Sutmiller, Senior Coordinator of Athletics. Today we're going to talk a little bit about field hockey. And we have Maggie New from Maury High School. Welcome.
Thank you.
And we have a friend of hers, Grace Chavez. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
All right. Let's talk about field hockey, and let's talk about your roles on the team. So, Maggie?
This is my 5th year with Maury Field Hockey. I started out playing JV in 8th grade, and I've played varsity all 4 years now, and I'm a senior captain now this year.
Okay, Grace?
I've been playing Maury Field Hockey for 5 years too. I've started all 5 years. It's been really fun and playing ever since.
Okay, and what position do you play?
I'm a goalie.
You're a goalie. All right. So how did you get involved in field hockey? I know you're on the high school team, but prior to high school, what's the route?
Well, one of my good friends' mom was the coach at Blair Field Hockey, and she was like, oh yeah, you guys are so athletic. It'd be awesome for you guys to come out and try out field hockey. It's so fun. And just like from hearing her say that, we both went out to play Blair, and we just fell in love with the sport then. It was a lot of fun.
All right, so how about you, Grace?
I started Blair Field Hockey too. That's where we recruit most of our players.
Okay.
They come up from
so
the
did you
pipeline.
were you involved in athletics prior to Blair?
Yes.
What
We
sport?
both played soccer for the same club team,
Okay.
and then we were just going to do Blair soccer, but then we decided we wanted to play field hockey too. And
All right.
it was
Great.
a lot more fun.
All right, so let's talk about the season, Maggie. At this point, how is it going?
Well, we are on a 7-game winning streak right now. We started off our season not as strong. We played Norfolk Academy and Cox, who are nationally ranked for field hockey. They're both state champions, and we struggled against them. But since those games, we've had 7 wins in a row, and we've played our like 2 biggest conference rivals, and we've got wins off both those games last week.
Okay, Grace, you mentioned that you guys started out against some really tough opponents, so and you got losses from those. So how did you turn this season around to get these 7 wins and moving forward?
Well, I think we really grew as a team after those losses, because all of us were like, wow, we really don't want to lose again. So once we played those higher level teams, we realized we need to step up our game, and we started doing that, and it really helped.
Okay. All right, so you have a new coach, a second-year coach, Coach Wagner. She's not here, so we can talk about her. She'll never see this. So how has Coach Wagner helped progress this team to the level they're at?
Cass holds us to an extremely high standard. She doesn't want us to fall short of any kind of expectations. Every practice is a game. And there's no slow moments. She keeps us going the whole time, and she wants us to perform at the highest level she knows we can perform at.
Grace, anything to add?
I think she's a great leader and an awesome addition to our team.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about your positions on the team, because a lot of people don't know. They see field hockey and they wonder, what positions are going on out there. So what about you? What's your position on the field?
I'm center back, center defense. So being in the back, I can see the whole entire field, so I have really good vision as well as she does. And a big role is to make sure everyone's in the spot they should be, and people that are up top playing forward, they can't see what's behind them, so giving them the vision on their blind spots that they can't see is really helpful, being in the back.
Okay. Grace, you're the goalie.
Yeah.
I think I know one thing you want to do, but talk about the goalie position a little bit.
It's definitely really stressful, because sometimes you feel like it's all on you, but I'd kind of have to show everyone where they need to go, if they need to mark up, and certain things that they need help with on the field that they can't see that I can from the back.
Okay. All right, so you two have known each other since 5th grade.
Yeah.
So Maggie, talk about Grace. What are some of her strong points here?
Grace never fails to make us all laugh. She's definitely the funniest on the team. She is also one of the best on the team too. So it's just she can switch around the mood from super harsh and stuff to make us all laugh, but all keeping our standards high the whole time.
All right. Sounds like the clown.
Yeah.
So what about Maggie?
Maggie's definitely the scarier captain. I think most of the younger girls are kind of afraid of her, but she really adds a lot of intensity to the practices and games. So a bunch of us just really love Maggie for that, because she really gets us in the serious moods for our games.
So it sounds like you're both leaders. So talk about that. That's a big responsibility. So
yeah, being a senior leader, captain, we have freshmen on the team, and they all are gonna look up to us. Everything we do, we serve as a model for the girls below us. So we have to make sure everything we do, keep in mind, little eyes are watching us, and we have to be good role models for everyone under us.
okay, with field hockey, what do you like about field hockey?
Field hockey is so fast-paced. You're never standing, you're never waiting around. It's constantly moving, and there's so much creativity on the field. I'm never bored playing field hockey.
Okay, Grace?
Yeah, I think it's one of the harder sports. It's just really fun that we get to play such a challenging sport.
All right, so you mentioned something about fast moving. You play on turf, and you also play on grass. So talk about the differences of the playing surface when you're on grass versus turf.
We played one game on grass so far, and playing on grass, you really, really have to put a lot of effort behind the ball, and it's there's no room for mistakes, because the ball is moving slow and people can just run onto it. You really have to push yourself harder and hold yourself higher on grass rather than AstroTurf, because AstroTurf, it's the best street to play on. It goes so fast, and it's constantly moving, so the surface, it's just a lot way easier than grass.
So we take advantage, and we're really excited about the partnership that we have with Old Dominion, allowing us to get on their field hockey stadium, that brand new field over there.
It's great.
That's been a treat for everybody. So what about the season, Grace? What are some of the goals?
Well, we want to make it to states, but first we have our conference championship tournament, and I don't know, we're just really looking forward to getting to play the better teams in the region and the area, so it's going to be really fun.
Okay, so you got the conference coming up. From the conference, if you can get out of the conference tournament, where do you go from there?
Region.
We play our regional, the regional tournament too, and last year we played Gloucester, our first regional game, so it's going to be a goal this year to to play them and to hopefully beat them because they are the state champions for 5A last year. So
All right.
we have revenge.
Okay, so field hockey at Maury is a good program. It's stable. It has a lot of people participating, but the other schools in the city are kind of lacking in numbers. So how can you promote either one? Why somebody should play field hockey?
Do you want it?
I think it's just really fun, and like a bunch of girls that used to play soccer and they like wanted a change came over to field hockey and they liked it a lot. So I think like it's just like a good second sport that you can get into like as you get older.
Okay, so again, you guys got into field hockey from soccer. So what's the future look like for you?
Well, I'm playing field hockey at Boston University. I'm like verbally committed there. I'll start next fall. And I'm so excited to play college field hockey. It's going to be an amazing experience.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Grace, how about you next year?
I'm definitely looking to play college field hockey, but I'm not sure yet. But I would really love to. It'd be a great experience.
Well, again, both continued success this year. We hope Maury can advance as far as they can and into that state tournament. And then we want to wish you good luck in the future. So I want to thank you for coming down here.
Thank you.
All right. More NPS Now after this.
Welcome back to NPS Now. With me today is Tracie Kunkel. She is the preschool coordinator for Norfolk Public Schools. Welcome to NPS Now.
Thank you, Ms. Tanner.
Well, I'm happy to have you on the show that we can talk about preschool education here at Norfolk Public Schools. We love our babies and we're appreciative to have them to start with us at Pre-K 3. So tell me, how many Pre-K students do we actually have here in Norfolk Schools?
Well, we have 21 Pre-K 3 classrooms across the district, and we have about 90 Pre-K 4 classrooms across the district.
Wow, are we at capacity? Because that's a lot of classrooms and a lot of students.
It is, and I'm definitely happy to say yes, we are at full capacity. We've sent out acceptance letters to every spot that we have for each classroom.
So do we have Pre-K in every elementary school?
We have Pre-K, at least one Pre-K class in all K through 5 schools except for Ocean View, and their students go to Willoughby. Some schools may have up to 5 classes, and like I said, some have at least one.
Including Easton Preschool too.
Yes, we have 2 preschool early childhood centers. One is at Berkeley and the other one is at Easton. We also have a Pre-K 4 classroom at NSU and Bentisi.
Wow, so why is Pre-K so important to our school district?
Well, Pre-K is a support to be sure that the students are ready for kindergarten, they're school ready for the child. It helps them be sure that they're ready emotionally, socially, physically, and intellectually. And for the parents or the families, it helps them understand that they're the child's #1 and most important teacher, and they'll have a continued responsibility throughout the academic school years.
So what is being taught in our Pre-K classes? I know my daughter was Pre-K 3 and now she's in 3rd grade, and I was just astonished at some of the things that they were learning and they were teaching them. So what are some things that our children are learning in Pre-K?
Well, in Pre-K we have state standards just like K through 12. They're called the foundation blocks, and essentially teachers are teaching the foundations of literacy, mathematics, science, and social science. We have a focus on building capacity for oral language and vocabulary, so that's practiced every minute of the day. Currently, in literacy, they're focusing on phonological awareness, which is identification and manipulation of sound. So that comes through songs and rhyming and nursery rhymes. In mathematics, they're not only learning to count and how to identify numbers, but they're learning what the value of a number is and how to represent that number in different ways. In science, they're learning how to be a scientist. They're questioning, they're predicting, they're observing. In social science, they're learning what are roles and responsibilities in a community. So for many of them, this is their first community sense. And so a lot of social and emotional skills are being taught and modeled and practiced through this community setting.
So how are the children responding to this?
They're happy.
They love it.
They love it. They're engaged, they're creating, they're building. Pre-K's a magical place because we're instilling the love of learning during this year. So it's really, everyone should come spend a day in Pre-K.
Well, you know, I was excited with my daughter when in her class they had like the home settings and showing them how to wash dishes, how to do cooking and things of that nature, just kind of like the life skills. So that's some of the things that our kids are being exposed to in those Pre-K classes too?
Yeah, it's a lot of things are theme-based, and like with the home setting, sometimes it turns into a post office or it turns into a veterinarian office. So they get exposure to all the different things that are happening in communities.
So how does it help these young people down the road, you think? Building their skills and doing
Yeah, I
much?
think that, well, the exposure to all of the different possibilities, career-wise, and you know, we're getting them college-ready starting right off in Pre-K to build their knowledge of what the possibilities are for them later on.
And they love their teachers, I can tell, so maybe we'll have future teachers.
Oh, yeah.
They'll want to go and teach. But briefly describe the registration process to be able to come into Pre-K.
Okay, well, it's multi-step. The first part is the application process. We take the applications in the Department of Early Learning. They can be mailed in, they can be brought to the office. And once we put them through the application process, the families will get a letter if they're accepted or not. And if they are, then they actually have to take that letter and some other registration things to the school to enroll at the school.
Okay, so what's coming up next for this Pre-K program for our babies?
We have an exciting year. We are focusing on building a collaboration between the Pre-K and K teachers to help build teacher capacity, instructional capacity. All of the Pre-K 3 teachers will receive training and coaching on a STEM program, which is really exciting. We have about 25 classrooms that are partnering with the Elizabeth River Project, and the students are going to be engaging in a one flock junior ornithologist program.
All right, say that 3 times.
And they're going to be studying birds and building bird feeders and learning about the birds in our community all year long. And then at the end of the year, they'll take a field trip to the Paradise Creek Nature Park in Portsmouth.
Oh, great. So again, if someone is interested in enrolling their child in preschool here in Norfolk, how can they get involved?
For applications, you can get them off of our website or the NPS website, have them filled out, and they can be mailed into our office. We're going to start accepting applications for the next school year as soon as January, February, because it is a process. So they'll send in the applications and they'll hopefully receive an acceptance letter, and then they take that letter to the school to be enrolled there.
Okay, and is there a phone number they can call to get more information?
Our department, the Department of Early Learning, is 628-3944.
Great. Thank you so much for coming on the show and
You're
talking
welcome.
about our Pre-K program. And I'm excited for what the babies are going to learn this year.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Thank you, Tracie.
You're welcome.
And we want to thank you for watching NPS Now. It airs weekly on WNPS, Channel 47, or you can view us online at www.npsk12.com. If you have any great story ideas or information you'd like to share, email us at nps_news@npsk12.com. Again, we want to thank you for watching NPS Now.